Hello, I'm Dr. Furpo Carr, and we're going to discuss space-time continuum in Lazarus Disconsciousness, Coma, Psyche, and PTSD. Einstein identified space as having three dimensions: length, width, and height. He described time as the fourth dimension. But could there be a fifth dimension that interacts with the four in their role as the space-time continuum? Here are the discussion topics: time, Alomeg, Disconsciousness, Coma, Psyche, and post-traumatic stress disorder, or PTSD. What is time? Can it be postulated that time is a solid, static, trans-dimensional unit with no point of reference that challenges logic and defies comprehensive description? It may be that time is a set bidirectional infinity that exists in the always. In this, it is similar to God, who is described as being from everlasting to everlasting. Although traditionally described in terms of past, present, and future, time is. It is the dynamic present. That is why we cannot experience the past or the future. We can only experience the now. But how is the now engaged? I hypothesize that Alomeg, the fifth dimension, is a distinctive force generated at conception that links each person to the space-time continuum. It is an exclusively human essence that is as unique to each person as one's DNA. Though intuitively detected through consciousness, it is detached from mind, body, soul, spirit, and psyche. It interacts only with the dynamic present, and although clinical instruments may help with assessment, Alomeg itself definitively transcends precise psychometric measurement or comprehensive analysis. Perhaps it can be further posited that Alomeg operates apart from the suprachiasmatic nucleus, which regulates most circadian rhythms of the body. Alomeg causes us to wake from unconsciousness and ask, "What time is it?" or "Where am I?" In other words, Alomeg irresistibly impels us to consciously resync with the space-time continuum after a period of unconsciousness. Can the degree of Alomeg awareness be assessed? It seems probable that, diagnostically, a clinician can accomplish this by using the Glasgow Coma Scale, or GCS. The Glasgow Coma Scale provides a practical method for assessment of impairment of conscious level in response to defined stimuli. It is an integral part of clinical practice and research across the world. These three questions are used on the verbal responses part of the GCS to assess cognitive impairment on a conscious level. Can you tell me your name? Can you tell me what year and month it is? Can you tell me where you are? The natural assumption is that you should collectively know your unique identity and current position on the space-time continuum. If not, you are deemed consciously or perhaps cognitively impaired. When penal institutions in the U.S. and elsewhere punitively isolate prisoners by putting them in the hole, officials are not only separating them from the general population, but are also disrupting the communicative link of consciousness between the prisoner's Alomeg and the space-time continuum. The solitary confinement in a windowless room, as shown here, can result in mental illness for the prisoner and challenges medical ethics. While the definition of disconsciousness is robust with several levels, simply put, disconsciousness is the uncomfortable or disconcerting feeling, awareness, or sense that one's Alomeg is out of sync with the space-time continuum. While the conscious, preconscious, and unconscious have been held in juxtaposition with the subconscious in the literature dating back to the beginning of the 20th century, the thought of a disconscious has not been entertained in said literature. When a person awakens from a death-like coma, as Lazarus was resurrected from the dead, the objective is to find if they can consciously reorient to self, time, and place. An attempt is being made to determine if the patient is aware of the synchronization or lack thereof of their Alomeg with the space-time continuum. This understanding contributes to our episteme of the comatose state. As noted earlier, the Glasgow Coma Scale, or GCS, facilitates this assessment. While there is an absence of consensus on the precise definition of psyche, Young and company argued for the metaphysical unity of consciousness, which is equated with psyche. Irrespective of how psyche is defined in the literature, it is distinct from Alomeg. For instance, when the psyche or mind is not self-aware or is in disarray, Alomeg maintains its constancy and connection with the space-time continuum, with or without consciousness. Effective pharmacotherapy for PTSD includes pharmacological treatment medications like serotonin reuptake inhibitors, tricyclic antidepressants, and monoamine oxidase inhibitors. However, the space-time continuum is often left out of the equation. Episodic descriptions like flashback or relive include the continuum, but discount that each episode is new, timeline independent, and should be approached as such. This maneuver may engender the development of a new praxis in treating persons with PTSD. The material presented here in the space-time continuum has the potential to inform the development of a new praxis. It may contribute to critically reframing our episteme involving our perception of time as well as our understanding of Alomeg, disconsciousness, coma, psyche, and treatment of PTSD. Finally, I'm reminded of what this Polish poet said here. Any knowledge that doesn't lead to new questions quickly dies out. It fails to maintain the temperature required for sustaining life.